welcome to IPW Clapham Calling, coming to you live on the IWN from the historic Clapham Grand in London. I'm Ricky Sadder, and as ever I am joined by one of the greatest voices in professional wrestling, the Twisted Genius, Mr. Dean Ayas. Dean, welcome.
Oh, Ricky Slatter, what a show we have got. It's cold outside, but it's hot right here. What a show we've got. What a main event we've got, celebrating 25 years of Doug Williams, 25 years of Christopher Daniels, and they go head to head in our main event tonight. Plus, the Zombie Princess and the King of the Goths, Jimmy Havoc, Jimmy Jacobs, one-on-one in this ring. It's not going to be for the faint-hearted, Ricky.
Absolutely not. So without further ado, we're going to get things underway. We're going to send it to your MC for this evening, as ever, Mr. Chris Hatch.
Your opening contest is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first. Making his way to the ring, Smoky Guy, Roy Johnson!
This first contest we've got for you, Dean, it's going to be a lot of things, but the most important thing, it's going to be who is the strongest. That's how we're starting out here at Clapham Calling.
Two big heavyweight tag teams, and we've got Big Wavy, the body by Roy Johnson. But wait for it. Most handsome man in wrestling is about to adorn you with his presence.
Self-proclaimed best looking man in wrestling.
And his tag team partner, from Belfast, Northern Ireland, Adam
And there's his tag team partner Adam Flex Maxted, former All-England champion.
Now, as far as I'm aware, this is the first time that these two have tagged with each other. So they will be at a disadvantage in that respect. But look at the man! Just look at this man!
Why are you applauding? You're supposed to be unbiased, Dean Ayas. Man's got the mic. Oh.
He's just giving,
Adam Maxted says he is the most handsome man in all of professional wrestling.
Did you feed him these lines? Did you feed him these lines, Dean?
You don't need to feed someone the truth, Ricky Slatter.
Adam Maxted says he had the best physique in British wrestling.
He's got a lot to say.
When you look like that, you can say what you want to say.
Adam Maxted says that he and Roy Johnson have so much swag that every nightclub in London wants to book them for personal appearances this evening.
There is one thing though. I don't know who these names are of the nobodies that are on this canvas, because it should say Adam Flex Maxted, because there's no one bigger or better in IPW than me.
Well, to be fair, people paid for the privilege to put their names on that canvas, to be fair. They shouldn't be concentrating on the names on the canvas at the moment, though, Dean. They should be concentrating on the people coming through the curtain.
And their opponents making their return to IPW. The combination of Joe Redmond and Yestin Reese, the Thrillers!
And now this is a combination they should be fearful of. Oh, we got straight into it.
And the Thrillers are wasting no time in coming back to IPW, former tag team champions.
Well, I was going to say, former tag team champions here in IPW. Both men have got a 10-year experience advantage on their opponents. And of course, they've been a regular tag team before and after Joel Redmond went over to the WWE, to NXT, where he won the NXT Tag Team Champions, the inaugural Tag Team Championships. This man has held tag belts in NXT, IPW, Rev Pro. He's a tag team specialist. Yestin Reese, a former IPW world champion in singles and tags. These are a force to be reckoned with.
Maxted saying that he's bigger and better, but as you've just alluded to, Dean, the experience is clearly going to go to the Thrillers in this contest.
Well, you know, it's that age-old battle of youth versus experience. How much hunger have the Thrillers got to be top of the tree in IPW once again? And you know, the fact that they are back in IPW tells me how highly up the food chain in British wrestling IPW is now, because this is the year that we regain our crown.
And the Thrillers are back, presumably, to get a taste of that former glory. Like you said, former tag team champions. This win here, if they get it, that could put them back in the hunt. Straight away, straight in the door.
Absolutely. We've got a thriving tag team division here, and a win for either of these men will elevate them up those rankings. Now we've got Redmond and Johnson in the ring.
Maxted must also surely be thinking that this is a chance to maybe reinvigorate his IPW career. Of course, the last time we saw him actually lost the All England title to current champion Charles Samuels.
Well, yeah, and that's where inexperience comes in, because, you know, this open challenge, while a good idea on the posters, yeah, it draws the people in. They want to see he's going to be wrestling next. But for the champion, he doesn't know who he's facing. He can't prepare for anyone. So it wasn't really, in hindsight, a good move for him to make as All England champion. He paid the price when Charles Samuels defeated him for that belt.
That's the excellent point, because when you think about it, Adam Maxted, he couldn't prepare Charles Samuels, but Charles Samuels obviously knew. Charles Samuels knew who he'd be facing. When there was an All England chance, he announced it on Facebook. He said, I'm going to face whoever turns up. Charles Samuels scouted him, and that's why Adam Maxted is in this tag team contest, in a way, and not defending the All England title here this evening.
Well, like we said, the snow has been falling outside, very unseasonal for mid-March in the UK, but if you're watching abroad, basically this country shuts down when there's a single flake of snow. So we do still have people trying to make their way to the Clapham ground. However, the fans here have made it. We've got a sold-out crowd here in this fantastic venue. It's like a mini Royal Albert Hall. Big boot by Yestin Reese.
Look at the strength of that man. Yestin Reese, how long can he hold him for, Dean? All the blood rushing to Johnson's head here.
He's going to be renamed Big Queasy, I think.
The former IPW World Champion with the strength of an absolute colossus. Rightly so, the adoration from the crowd here in the Clapham ground.
Confidence or overconfidence? That is the question. This crowd want another one.
Well, it's difficult to say, Dean. When you can hold a man up in the air for as long as Yestin Reese just did, I think you can afford to be a little bit confident, maybe. When you know you've got that sort of power.
The alpha male, Yestin Reese. One thing worth pointing out as well as Johnson counters. Let's see where this goes. I was going to say one thing worth bearing in mind about Yestin Reese, is, as well as being a wrestler, he's a fully qualified physiotherapist. So he knows more than anyone else on the IPW roster how the human body works, and more importantly, how it shouldn't work and how it shouldn't bend, and basically put your body in the most painful positions, pretty much like this one. Exploder suplex.
He threw him like he was a beanbag, Dean. Yestin Reese is back in IPW, and what a display the Thrillers are giving us here, live on the IWN.
A Roy Johnson beanbag, that should be in the merch store.
Where is Joe Redmond going here?
He's perched
on the second rope, but the other side.
Perched perilously here, trying to maybe suplex.
Oh my goodness me!
Yes!
Whoa!
Use the ropes to get extra purchase.
That's not just strength, that is technique. The fact that he managed to get him over the rope, they managed to hook him and carry him all the way down, that was incredible. What a display by Redmond.
And the Thrillers have been in control for most of this match. But now Johnson taking over. I should also say, I said earlier that Redmond's a tag team specialist. He is the current reigning all-star British heavyweight champion, and that is a very busy promotion indeed, and an old promotion. You know, he's no slouch in the singles ranks either. While he was over in NXT, he tore his anterior cruciate ligament, was out for the best part of a year. Now, it'll be interesting if these guys have done their research, you know, they should target that knee.
It's one of those interesting things, because as you said, Redmond is now slouch when it comes to the singles game, and obviously we've just said Yestin Reese, former world champion. When you have two people of such status as singles competitors, what does that do when you put them together in a tag team? Does it always mix well?
Not always, but in this case, you know, the proof is in the pudding. The amount that they are the former IPW tag team champions, you know, 10 years or so ago, but it goes to show that, you know, this is a pairing that works. Sometimes it works, sometimes the egos get in the way, but big time spine buster.
Redmond's going to be looking to try and make the
great
move.
Great move from Maxted. Good that he's been taking my advice. Yeah, we had a chat before.
You had a chat. As you were feeding him his lines.
He doesn't need anyone to feed him the lines. As I said, no one needs to feed you the truth when it's right in front of your eyes. And now the most handsome man in wrestling is taking over.
One of the most sneaky men in wrestling. The only reason they have the advantage in this contest is because Max got off the apron, ran round and stopped the tag from happening. If he's so good, why does he need to resort to those sort of shenanigans?
Because it works. You know, why do people drive 10 miles an hour over the speed limit? Because they get there quicker. And now it's the classic strategy of cutting the ring in half. They have singled out Redmond. They are isolating him from his corner. Look at that, how Maxted is acting as a physical barrier in front of Reese.
Big one. Two. Johnson, come on.
Went for one too many there, Dean. And they're going to pay the price, I have a feeling.
The fresh man, Yestin Reese, is in the ring. Big power slam.
What a delay on that slam.
Oh.
Spinebuster to Johnson. And after a little period of dominance from Maxted and Johnson, the Thrillers could be closing in on a victory on their return to IPW, Dean.
Big knee from Redmond, but now Maxted distracting the referee.
Reeves out the cover once again, Maxted.
Oh, beautiful. What a beautiful move from a beautiful man. Oh, took his head off. Absolutely took his head off. Here we go with the spinning tombstone.
Take it to the... No! I was going to say take it to the bank. But Johnson at the last split second.
Johnson at the last split second, he closed the vaults to that bank, Ricky Slatter, and this match continues.
Redmond is on his own here. He's at the mercy. Well, he was briefly at the mercy. Commentator's curse strikes early here in Clapham.
I see you have no problem with Yestin Reese doing that.
Oh, what a DDT by the Thrillers! Wiping the former champion out. It's over.
So it's all fine and dandy for Yestin Reese to pull the top rope down and send Roy Johnson to the outside.
Here are your winners, John Redmond, Yestin Reese, the Thrillers!
I'm not saying I support what the Thrillers did or what Yestin Reese did their team, but at the end of the day, all they did was exactly what they got, and I think that's fair game. What a return to IPW for the former tag team champions. What a return, Dean, for the Thrillers here in IPW. Looking very impressive and getting their name straight back at the top of the list in the tag team division.
But you've got to ask yourself something. What now for the most handsome man in wrestling, Adam Maxted, because that's 2 big losses in a row for him. But next we go to our Z-Force Championship match. Kip Sabian and Ashley Dunn. And this one's got a long history, Ricky.
Absolutely. Ashley Dunn, when we were on our last show in Milton Keynes 11 days ago, he became the #1 contender. He squared off against Kip Sabian and he held the belt in the air for everybody to see. Are we going to see lightning strike twice here in IPW? Because it's now time for your Z-Force Championship contest. Let's send it for introductions to Mr. Chris Hatch.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Z-Force Championship. Can we have both wrestlers to the ring?
So Ashley Dunn, who is about to make his appearance here in Clapham, 11 nights ago he had to beat the Wonder Kid Johnny Storm, which, and I have to say this, Dean, it was quite the upset. Ashley Dunn, of course, has not won any titles here in IPW, and he beat Johnny Storm, who is a former world champion. That is a huge, huge win, and that has put him here front and centre. He has the opportunity to become Z-Force champion. We're used to seeing the Minesweeper here on the IWN, tagging with King of Performance Kelly 6, but he's actually out in Japan at the moment. So Ashley Dunn is here flying solo. So we said that Ashley Dunn made it here by beating Johnny Storm. Kip Sabian, the reigning champion, he got here, he had, Dean, one of the matches of the year here in IPW against Curtis Chapman, who I tell you, Dean, I was sat at ringside. Curtis Chapman was almost indestructible. Kip Sabian had to hit him with a finisher after a finisher. He kept dropping on his head, he kept slamming him, and Curtis Chapman would not say die. But somehow, Kip Sabian found a way to get the job done. And because of that, he is still your 2-time reigning Z-Force champion.
Yeah, Steve Linsky, you open those ropes up. Show some respect to our Z-Force champion. To me, this is the most difficult belt to defend because you're fighting frequently and you're fighting against... Look at that. You're fighting against such a variety of hard-hitting opponents.
Introducing first to my left from Bedford, this is the Minesweeper, Ashley Dunn! And his opponent to my right from Dalston in Norfolk, he is your current reigning, defending Z-Force champion, Superman!
No, come on, Hatch, get it right.
Superman!
Oh, that's terrible. Get higher, Hatch.
Superman!
That's more like it.
Oh, let the expert do it.
Superman! Superman! Kip Sabian! Now, that's how it's done, Hatch.
If you want a job done properly, do it yourself. And super bad, Kip Sabian.
If you want something done right, do it yourself.
Exactly. As I said, this is to me the hardest championship to defend, and the fact that he has held it now for a good while says a lot about Kip Sabian, and I'm hoping he spits in Ashley Dunn's face again.
Ashley Dunn there trying to... Oh, come on now. Ashley Dunn trying to do the sportsmanlike thing, and the champion did not take kindly to it. Action is fast and furious here in the early going in this Z-Force Championship contest. No strangers to each other here in IPW. Although this is the first time we've seen Ashley Dunn in a one-on-one Z-Force Championship contest. This is actually his third Z-Force Championship match. No one has challenged for the Z-Force Championship more than Ashley Dunn.
And if he eats another drop kick like that, he won't be challenging for it again. He'll be going to the dentist. One of those weird coincidences, these two are actually childhood friends, then moved apart, both broke into wrestling entirely separately and then just bumped into each other matched up against each other on a show. But I think this is the first time in a good couple of years that they've wrestled each other. I believe the last time they wrestled each other was in front of like 50 people in the Leisure Centre, and here they are now, live beamed around the world at the Clapham Grand in London for IPW, one of the top promotions, not just in the UK, Ricky Slatter, but anywhere in the world.
You will not get any disagreement about that from me, Dean.
Well, that makes a change from you.
Well, you're welcome. It's a Sunday. Everyone's got to take a day off. One thing I did mention that Ashley Dunn has been a challenger for the Z-Force Championship more than anybody else. But another thing is that Kip Sabian has actually already beaten Ashley Dunn in a Z-Force Championship match. It was a three-way, admittedly, with Tyler Bate, but Kip Sabian has already pinned his opponent in this contest in a Z-Force Championship match. That must have a hell of an effect on the challenger.
Psychological advantage, to be sure. Oh, another big chop. Now, you were saying before, Ashley Dunn, his partner, is in Japan at the moment.
Yeah.
See, Ashley Dunn is known as a tag team wrestler. Kip Sabian is known as a singles wrestler, quite simply because his ego wouldn't let him share the spotlight with anyone else. So I would say, therefore, the advantage falls with Sabian, especially as he is the champion. He doesn't need to beat Ashley Dunn. Ashley Dunn needs to beat him. And he's got to be wondering, why aren't I in Japan as well?
Oh no, I do agree with that. I think it must play on his mind. He's used to having Kelly Six by his side in the South Coast Connection. He's used to having that man that he can tag. He's used to having someone that has his back. But it's one-on-one now. He doesn't get any rest breaks, which is something you sort of get accustomed to, I guess, when you're a tag team wrestler. You get the occasional moment of recuperation. There is no recuperation in a contest such as this. When it's one-on-one, there is no timeout. There is no rest break.
Look at this great variation on a short arm scissors from Sabian. The pain coursing through that arm of Ashley Dunn as he wonders why his tag partner doesn't like him enough to go to Japan with him.
Maybe he wants to stay here in IPW and become Z-Force champion, Dean. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he wants a bit of singles glory here. If his partner's going to go to Japan, maybe he'll take over England.
No. Talking of Japan, of course, our IPW Women's Champion Zaya Brookside currently out there doing great guns in the Stardom promotion, defending the IPW Women's belt against some of the best female talent in the country of Japan.
And we'll, of course, see Zaya Brookside when she makes her return to England. That's going to be in Canterbury on the 27th for our special GRL show. She's going to be defending the Women's Championship against Kaylee Ray. It's going to be a hell of a contest.
Absolutely. It'd be great to return to Canterbury, a beautiful city. I love going there. And I like going to Canterbury so much I can even put up with you being there. So Sabian is trying to slow the pace down. Do you notice this?
It is interesting you say that, though, because Kip Sabian, he's not slow. He is himself incredibly fast.
But this tells me Kip Sabian knows that Ashley Dunn is quicker.
So you think he's trying to beat him on a different plane?
Definitely. Listen, if you've got an opponent and you know he's quicker, why are you going to try and match speed with him? You're not. So he's now going for some, some strikes, some power moves, some mat wrestling, anything but being up on a vertical base, running too much. Just a 2 count from referee Steve Linsky.
Constantly going for the pinfall as the champion. I'm not sure if that's a sign that he wants to win this quick, Dean, or he's trying to, as you say, get in his head. Psychologically speaking, trying to wear the man down from the inside. Keep going for those quick covers. He has to force himself to kick out. He's using energy, and he's also thinking, goodness me, he's almost got me all the time. Ashley Dunn has clearly been doing his homework here on the Z-Force champion. Is he about to get the A grade that puts him into the position of being Z-Force champion? That's the big question we want answered here in Clapham. He's #1 contender. Can he cash that in and go all the way here? Surely the biggest match in his IPW career against the most prolific champion of the Z-Force division.
Oh, look at this, just dragging Dunn in. Oh, man! Top of the head! Okay, that didn't get the pin, but that is going to set him up perfectly for that Avaka driver, the cross-leg Michinoku driver that Kip Sabian's put so many people away with, including Rob Sharp, the man he beat to win this title.
That seems like a lifetime ago now. That's how long Kip Sabian's been running the division. He's only lost, officially, as in for the title, one Z-Force division contest. Only one, and that was against Cara Noir back at Undisputed. That blemish aside, he's been champion since he beat Rob Sharp.
And look at this. Look at the pain. Hey, did he tap out there with the... Oh, no, he didn't tap out this. Okay, I'll give him that.
Steve Linsky's got a good eye on this, Dean. Trying to navigate his way to the ropes, and he just about made it.
How much is that going to take out of the challenger, though?
You notice that Kip Sabian used every single bit of that 5 count he could. Squeezed every millisecond for extra damage.
And he also used every limb that he has to tie up Ashley Dunn. Beautiful manoeuvre.
That's a psychological thing as well when you think about it, because once your opponent's got to the ropes, he knows the break is coming, he feels he's got to safety. Holding it just that few seconds longer when you think you've got to safety, that really must eke it out of the challenger.
Absolutely. Oh, Pele kick, beautiful. Tried to sneak around the side, but Sabian was wise to it, misses with that kick. Dunn does not miss with the kick.
Springboard coming. He's over, Dean. He's over. No! Only a 2.
And look at the face of Ashley Dunn. He thought that was it. He thought he had that belt around his waist. But it's not to be, because the champion is still in this match. Although now the tide has turned, as I say that, Sabian, oh, there you go. As I say that, Sabian gets the advantage and then loses it again. Double stomp to the chest. That will really knock the wind out of him.
Could be looking for that shining wizard, Dean. It's how we put Johnny Storm away. No,
Or
he's
the
not.
flow
He's not going
rider,
for shining
maybe.
wizard.
He's going for the flow rider, is he? Yes, he is. Sabian counted it. He's going for it again. There it is, the flow rider. Is that going to be it?
It's middle of the ring, Dean. Drapes the arm over.
He was middle of the ring, but he didn't hook the leg. He didn't fulfill that lateral press properly. That is a mark of desperation, if you ask me.
Is Ashley Dunn zeroing in on holding the Z-Force Championship aloft for the 2nd time in a fortnight? This time as the champion.
He was looking for that ADD, the underhook Canadian Destroyer, was not to be again. Sabian has had it well scouted.
Oh, he went for it. Missed it, Dean.
Abaca driver. No! He didn't quite get all of it. He didn't quite cross those legs over, but he got very close. But you notice how the champion covered tightly. This is the thing, when you know, or when you think that you're going to win, when you think you've hit that big move, you need to cover your opponent. You need to hook that leg. That's what Ashley Dunn didn't do.
He took that leg.
Now he's going for it. Here we go, going for it.
No! He took it again!
Oh, there it is. Variation.
The #1 contender! No! Wow!
I thought that was it. Oh my goodness, big kick.
No!
How the hell is Ashley Dunn still in this match?
That is running on absolute fumes from the #1 contender to the Z-Force Championship. And for the 2nd time, Dean, in 11 days, the champion is left questioning what is he going to have to do to put his opponent away.
And Ashley Dunn has well and truly won this crowd at Clapham over. This does not look good for Dunn. Oh!
Lands on top of the Dean, fell on top of him! No! Who fell? It was almost so fortuitous.
Referee Steve Linsky signals just the 2 count. What a contest. He's going for that ADD. Can he get the underhook? No. Once again, Kip Sabian has scouted his opponent. This is why he's the champion still.
He's going for the Shining Wizard again. The champion is broke. No.
Oh! Canadian Destroyer, but Sabian out the ring.
He threw me for a loop for the 2nd time, Dean. I think he completely bamboozled the champion as well.
He started going for one move and adapted in midair. Absolutely fantastic from Ashley Dunn. But Sabian somehow finding the resiliency here.
Ashley it, but he could not, Dean. And that is it.
And a torture rack pile driver gives the match to Kip Sabian.
Here is your winner and still Z-Force champion, Superbad Kip Sabian.
We mentioned that Kip Sabian, for the second time in 11 days, was questioning whether he could get the job done. And you have to give credit to the champion. He's got it done here at Clapham Calling.
One of the greatest Z-Force champions in this promotion's history, if you ask me.
Kip Sabian, the undisputed king of the Z-Force. Kip Sabian has retained his Z-Force championship. He managed to get the job done.
What a performance. What a performance from the greatest Z-Force champion in IPW history as far as I'm concerned.
And take nothing away from Ashley Dunn either. What we're going to do now though, we're going to move on to look at one of the big rivalries here in IPW. We're talking about the Filthy Club and we're talking about the Anti-Fun Police. The Anti-Fun Police have tried banning them from IPW. They have tried setting their own trainers against them in IPW, but now they're going to try and throw themselves at the Filthy Club to get the job done. What is going to happen in this one? We're about to find out.
Introducing first, making their way to the ring, the Anti-Fun Police!
As I just alluded to, the Anti-Fun Police have tried absolutely everything to get rid of the Filthy Club. Back at This Is IPW in Milton Keynes, what we saw was Damien Dunn and Mark Lloyd try a different tactic. They got the trainer, the actual former trainer of Jack Sexsmith, Dazzling Daryl Allen, and got him somehow, persuaded him, I don't know, to actually face off against Jack Sexsmith. They have tried everything. They have tried the legal approach. They have tried Dunn's way, but now they're going to have to do it themselves on the big stage of the Clapham Grand.
Well, you're not going to get any.
Story of these people's lives.
Snowing outside.
Tonight, I was supposed to be teaming with the largest luchador, Los Federales Santos Jr.
A great man, by the way.
Unfortunately, he hasn't encountered snow before, being he's from Mexico. And he's unfortunately not going to be here tonight. And there's no way that I am going 2-on-1 with Filthy Club. That's not going to happen. So I guess, the match should probably be called off.
What's the legal ground like?
I could step in.
Oh.
I can prove myself against these two half-wits. But give me the chance.
Give him the chance. Go on.
Mark, I really appreciate you being the legal representative of the Anti-Fun Police. You've done a great job at being the legal representative. But if you remember, Filthy Club beat us as a tag team. So they've already won against me and you. So why should I have you as my tag partner?
They were a lucha tag team wearing masks, okay? Completely different, completely different. Let me prove myself against them tonight, the real Filthy Club.
I can do this. Okay, no, you're right. I'll give you a shot. We can beat them. Me and you. Okay, that's it.
point that Mark Lloyd made just moments ago when he said that they actually haven't faced off against the Filthy Club. I have to agree with that. The Filthy Club were dressed up in costumes and masks. The Anti-Fun Police didn't know they were fighting the Filthy Club. Maybe Mark Lloyd, I can't believe I'm saying this, maybe he has a point. Maybe he has a point. They've had time to prepare now, you know.
Just because they are wearing masks doesn't mean they weren't the Filthy Club.
Whichever way you want to slice it though. The time for the legal way is over. The time for the mind games is over. It is the Anti-Fun Police against the team they banned and undisputed in December. What is going to prevail? Fun or anti-fun?
There's no room for fun in wrestling, especially not when it's snowing outside. I hate the snow, I always fall over the stuff.
The bell hadn't gone there, Dean. The bell has not gone in this contest yet. And the megaphone just got used as a weapon on Rob Sharp, who viewers who have actually seen This Is IPW, if you haven't, check it out after this. But those of us who watched This Is IPW will know that Rob Sharp has poor ribs, and that crack to the back from Mark Lloyd is not going to help those ribs. Rob Sharp is probably having problems breathing anyway because he was just 11 days ago. I don't think it would have healed completely in that time.
Well, that's the thing with rib injuries. You can't plaster them, you can't tape them up. You just have to get over them, and it only hurts every single time you breathe. And you can certainly see that Sharp is feeling that already.
Straight after the ribs by Damien Dunn, targeting it early.
And why shouldn't they? What a great move, what a great strategy.
In a normal tag team contest, Dean, when the tag team partner is looking to make the tag, there's normally, I'd say, like a finite amount of time before they've been worn down to the point where they can't quite get the tag. I think Rob Sharp is going to have to get a tag pretty soon here. Yes. He's already damaged. He's walking into this match not at 100%. I don't think he's going to last much longer.
He was damaged goods before the bell even rang, but then that means that Jack Sexsmith has pretty much got to wrestle the match himself if Sharp can get to the tag rope and bring Sexsmith in. And of course, the winners list become the #1 contenders to the tag team titles.
Yes, currently held, of course, by the Collective. We'll see the Collective later on in this broadcast, then. That's not all we're going to see. Of course, our main event coming your way is 25 years of Doug Williams. And as you've already specified, Dean, it's also 25 years of Christopher Daniels. That is a match, well, let's say 50 years in the making, shall we?
And when you throw in the referee, Steve Linsky and myself, that's 100 years.
It's a century. That main event with Doug Williams and Christopher Daniels coming your way. We also will be joining you, or maybe you'll be joining us, hopefully, in 2 days' time when we're in Manchester for Tuesday Night Graps. That will be shown on the IWN at some point.
Fall away slam from Sharp, and you can really see him feeling those ribs. But a big move like that gives him a window of opportunity to make the tag, and he does, and in comes Jack Sexsmith. The hardest man in Ugg boots. Oh my God, did you hear that chop?
We said that Rob Sharp wouldn't last long. He doesn't have to worry about that right now, Dean, because he made that tag. Going for the pull neck breaker.
Uh-oh. Oh! And Jack Sexsmith taking on both members of the Anti-Fun Police by himself.
Double your pleasure, double your fun.
Did you see that?
Home run! No! Home run of a move from the Filthy Club. For the Chief Deputy at the last split second.
Oh, and a super kick to the ribs by Dunn. And a super kick to match from Sexsmith. Backcracker from, how the hell did Lloyd get back in the ring? Oh!
Spear from Dunn. He's signaling Lloyd to go for the cover. He's got the leg hooked. Jack Sexsmith kicked out. Referee Tom Scarborough is assuring Mark Lloyd it was 2.
I wouldn't trust Scarborough as far as I can throw him.
That is a miscommunication and a half from the anti-fun police, and Mark Lloyd, who volunteered his services, has just got wiped out by the Chief Deputy.
And this crowd declaring that was fun. They've got no heart at all, these people of London's soulless place.
I thought it was pretty fun, I have to say. They've been trying to shut down the Filthy Club for the last 3 months. Let's go for the sharp ending. No, he's not. He had me fooled. I think they're going for the BDSM here, Dean.
Oh, man! No one surely is getting up from that.
That could be done and done, and it is.
Here are your winners, the Filthy Club.
Rob Sharp's ribs held out long enough to assist Jack Sexsmith in drilling the Chief Deputy into the canvas, and it is the Filthy Club who prevail at Clapham Calling.
And so with that victory, it means that Filthy Club are the #1 contenders to the IPW tag belts currently held by the Collective, and you know that they will be straight into IPW owner Billy Wood's office on Monday morning to try and get a title shot sorted out for themselves.
And so we're now going to move on, and we are about to be joined at ringside in that very ring by a former IPW World Champion, no less, Dean. The star attraction is heading to Clapham Calling.
The following contest is set for one fall and is for the All England Championship. Introducing first.
And when I say we're about to be joined by the star attraction, at the end of this contest, we may well be joined by the All England Champion Mark Haskins. Eagerly awaiting the former World Champion, and there he is, Dean.
I knew after what I did to the East End Butcher, Shah Samuels, that he would be too much of a pussy to show up here today. And sure enough, the East End Butcher is nowhere to be seen. So what I am demanding that IPW matchmaker Billy Wood come out here and declare me the new All England champion.
Oh, come
So
on.
Billy, where you at?
Come on, declare me the winner now. By forfeit, Shah Samuels isn't here, so Mark Haskins, your new All England champion.
It doesn't work like that. You've got to win the belt in the ring. You've got to win the belt in the ring. Shah Samuels having transportation difficulties, as we've said. You know, there's snow. The country grinds to a halt.
Wait just a second!
Who's this?
Well, that is not the music of Shah Samuels, I'll tell you that much.
No, that's the music.
Billy Wood's acting like he has no idea what's happening, but I'm not so sure about that, Dean.
That's the music of the South Pacific guys. Yeah, TK Cooper.
Mark Haskins is enraged here, Dean. He thought he was basically ready to be presented with the All England Championship. TK Cooper looks like he's here for a fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, TK Cooper! Billy Wood has just informed me this will now be a singles match to determine the All England champion!
Wow!
There you go. As I was saying, you win belts in the ring. You don't get presented a belt unless you're Triple H. This is what wrestling is built on. Winning and losing belts in competition.
Mark Haskins said he wanted to become All England champion. I don't think he cares who he faces. He has been in a foul mood for a little while here in IPW.
Oh man, here we go.
The bell is gone, and that aggression from the Star Trek is right in Tom Scarborough's face. And TK Cooper trying to fight back. He got blindsided by Haskins. Well, this is a unique contest already, Dean, because we do not have an All England champion. The star attraction, he was preparing to face the East End Butcher. Shah Samuels in his first defence. It's very unfortunate indeed that Shah Samuels can't compete. So, I mean, I presume he's been effectively stripped of the title by Billy Wood.
Well, you can't defend it. You're not the champion. That's what happens here. That's the edict from Billy Wood. And who am I to argue with the man who pays my wages?
You can't argue with the man who pays the wages.
And Haskins is just taking it out on TK Cooper. Every time he hits Cooper, he sees the face. He sees the face of Shah Samuels. I thought they were going to come over here. Thankfully, they didn't.
I don't think it's just Shah Samuels he sees, though. I think he sees Austin Aries.
Oh.
I've got to be honest, I think he sees Austin Aries in everybody's face.
Old Austin Four Belts, the world champion. Oh, my goodness. That is a good point, well made.
We saw back at Parade of Champions in February. It was Haskins versus Aries, and at the end of that contest, which Haskins narrowly, and I mean narrowly, lost, Jimmy Havoc came out of nowhere. He hooked Austin Aries after we thought he was going to be like a mediator, and he helped Haskins crack the IPW World title off the champion's skull. So believe you me, Mark Haskins sees Austin Aries in anything that moves.
Including the Polynesian man in dungarees. Where's he going now? Getting himself a little bit of...
Some part of the stage here.
Oh! Getting himself a better vantage point and a point for liftoff.
Mark Haskins, one of the most decorated superstars in IPW history, former world champion. former two-time Cruiserweight champion, former tag team champion, obviously with the Thrillers, who we saw debut at the top of the broadcast.
Yeah.
Mark Haskins has pretty much done it all. He's never been All England champion. That would complete his personal set if he was to win here against TK Cooper.
But hey, what an opportunity for TK Cooper. Right place, right time. You know, it's all about opportunities sometimes. You know, TK Cooper, he's based in London. He came here to visit some friends, but the old adage goes, always bring your gear, and that's exactly why. Always bring your gear, because you could end up being the IPW All England champion without even knowing it.
And what a hell of a thing to do, waking up in the morning, not knowing you're even going to be in a match, and ending it being a champion here in IPW. That is a hell of a day. However, he's up against the most vicious man in IPW.
He is up against a man on a mission, because Haskins knows that All England belt, that's leverage against a world title shot. You know,
Absolutely.
if you've already had a match with Austin Aries, you've had 2 matches with Austin Aries, you still haven't beaten the guy, you're going to go down in the estimation of our promoters, of our bosses here. You suddenly have that All England belt around your waist, and you can use that as collateral. You can put that down as a gambling chip against the world champion. You can say, I've earned my stripes, I've shown my worth, I've got gold around my waist. And that is exactly what Mark Haskins is trying to do here.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a very good point you make, and I'm not trying to devalue the All England belt in any way. It's a huge belt, it's got a great history, but Haskins sees the All England belt as a stepping stone, as a pathway to the world title that he craves.
I absolutely agree. It is something he can use to his advantage, just like he is currently using. He is using the working over of the legs to his advantage. TK Cooper finding it difficult to get to his feet. And look at the torque. Look at the torque on TK Cooper. He is being bent in half like a pretzel.
Yeah, John Cena, that's how you do it. Bending him in half with an STF, now hooking the arm over his head as well. Cooper is going to be in all kinds of agony.
Working over the intercostals, working over the leg, working over the neck, every single limb and joint being twisted.
And look how Haskins is using the IPW logo on the canvas to his advantage, because you know if your guy is in the middle of that IPW logo, that's the middle of the ring, you're nowhere near the ropes.
That is an excellent point, dear.
Of course it's an excellent point. That's why I'm the twisted genius and you're not. And in with another big kick goes Mark Haskins.
Come on, TK. Come on.
You want to talk about twisted? You see how Mark Haskins has been acting the last event or two. He had that match with Simon Grimmett. This is IPW 11 days ago. He had a chance to leave the ring as a sportsman. He didn't do it. He had the chance to leave that encounter with Shah Samuels as a sportsman. He didn't do it. He low-blowed the All England champion. And he's just insulted TK Cooper maybe one too many times here in Clapham.
And TK Cooper fired up, and then nose to nose and face to face right here. But Haskins cuts him off.
What a kick, wiping out the former world champion.
Man, you are watching IPW Clapham calling live on the IWN International Wrestling Network. We've got Mark Haskins and TK Cooper, and they're fighting for the now vacant All England Championship. Big kick by Cooper.
What a Samoan drop by TK Cooper, could take the vacant title here. Only a 2, says referee Tom Scarborough.
What a match we are seeing here. And you know, we've talked about open challenges for the All England belt. Well, this is kind of like the same thing, because Haskins had no idea he was facing TK Cooper tonight.
This is an open challenge.
Yeah. Oh, quick roll up, look at that. Nearly had him. Nearly had him.
Going back to those legs, not for the first time, could be softening him up for that sharpshooter, Dean. not just trying to take the ability to walk and run away from TK Cooper. He wants him on that canvas so he can put him in a submission, so he can put him in that star armbar, put him in a sharpshooter.
Great
And there
it is! What a great move before that, the kick to the stomach. Cooper was expecting, he was expecting it to the face. And now the wind knocked out of him, the element of surprise in Haskins' favour, and Cooper trying to get to those ropes and uses those long legs to his advantage.
Just manages it, just. An interesting thing you pointed out, Dean, I want to come back to. You mentioned about the IPW logo that's in the ring. We've already heard people talk during this broadcast about the names on the outside. Well, that is an even bigger thing, because that is actually basically indicating exactly where the rope is.
Yep.
So it's not just a case of knowing where you are in the middle of the ring. When you see those names, you see those people that are part of our IPW family. Thank you so much for them.
Look at this! Oh, man! Death Valley Driver! No! And look at Haskins' face. He thought that was it. I thought that was it.
That is the same look on his face we saw in Rochester, and that is the same look on his face we've seen in Milton Keynes when he was within a whisker of staying and then also becoming IPW World Champion. I have seen that in his eyes before. He's beginning to question it again, Dean.
He's got to stay focused. Haskins has got to stay focused if he wants to win the title.
He's had everything right in the last few months, Dean. The only thing he has lacked at the very crucial moments is that final killer instinct, that final thing, that final move, that final moment to take him over the hill.
Well, we saw at Rochester where he had that moment of hesitation when he was potentially going for the shooting star press, and memories of Wembley Arena came flooding back to him. So yeah, I think it's a valid point. And if he wants to be the world champion, let's face it, we saw it with Aries, you've got to have that killer instinct.
Killer instinct on display there from TK Cooper. Was almost enough. Almost enough to get the job done here in Clapham.
He hooked the legs tightly, but he didn't get that lateral press really.
You mentioned what happened in Rochester at Undisputed. The same thing happened in Milton Keynes. He had the IPW World title in his hand. He was thinking about maybe using it as a weapon. He then thought better of it, thought, no, I'll do the sportsmanlike thing. He gave the belt back to the referee, and seconds later, Osno's rolled him up, and that is what led to the position we see Mark Haskins in now. This extra ruthless, extra vicious force stalking the ring.
Well, it's a valid point. You don't get paid more for being a sportsman, you get paid more for being a champion. Oh, man!
TK Cooper with a suicide dive.
And Haskins, did you notice, landed right on the edge of the steps. That's going to be so painful. Axe kick.
Middle of the ring! No!
Even referee Tom Scarborough's amazed. He thought that was it, but a fraction, a split second.
Mark Haskins has come within a whisker of becoming All England champion, and so has TK Cooper. So we are in a unique position here, Dean. We have no All England champion, and we have two men who are desperate for different reasons. For different reasons.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, I see what he's looking at now, Dean.
What's Havoc
Jimmy
doing
Havoc.
here? What's Havoc doing here? We've seen an alliance with Haskins.
He'll be fighting Jimmy Jacobs later, but Havoc has made his presence felt. And TK Cooper is in trouble. Look at the rage of Mark Haskins. We told you he was going to look for that sharpshooter, and he's got it. And that is hooked, ladies and gentlemen.
In the middle of the ring.
Look
again.
at the torque, he's sitting right out on it. He's sitting right out.
And that's it. That's it. It's all over. And we have got ourselves a new IPW All England champion.
Here is your winner and new All England champion, Mark
Jimmy Havoc making his presence known early here at Clapham. And look at what that presence has bequeathed. All England Championship is now in the hands of the star attraction.
This peculiar alliance between Havoc and Haskins. But it reaped its benefits. Okay, folks, we are going to go through an interval live. However, if you're watching this on the IWN, then we are going to be showing you an amazing matchup from Super Show 5 in December 2016 when Zack Sabre Jr. takes on the MMA star Matt Riddle. Here we go, this is one of the matches we have all been waiting for and the world is watching. The first meeting in Europe of Zack Sabre Jr. and Matt Riddle. Respectful welcome for Zack Sabre Jr. here in his home county of Kent. This is where he cut his teeth, so to speak, at Hammerlock Wrestling, part of the NWA. Training at the Hammerlock Gym, the same place as Jimmy Havoc and Fergal Devitt, now known of course as Finn Balor in the WWE. Not to mention John Ryan and Becky Lynch in the WWE as well. I mean, huge amount of talent. Doug Williams, all of them came out of Hammerlock. Great grounding, but talking about the man who's been to some great gyms, both for wrestling and martial arts, MMA. Here he is, Matt Riddle. What a phenomenon this man's been. Just in his second year as a pro, but already making huge waves. People have said this is the most natural wrestler since a man like Kurt Angle came along. Not short on confidence either, but a very affable young man.
Is an international challenge match set for one fall. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner from the Isle of Sheppey, he is the technical wizard, Zack Sabre Jr. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner from Las Vegas, Nevada, he is a former UFC star, Matt Riddle!
It's worth noting that both men competed at PWG in California last night on the west coast of America. They flew overnight to be here. So I have no idea what time zone they're in, but it's certainly not early evening like we are here. They've only ever met once before in a singles match, which was actually in April this year in Dallas over the WrestleMania weekend, and Matt Riddle, surprisingly enough, he took the victory. You've got to think the odds are stacked against him here though. In Sabre's home country, in his home county no less. There you see the great grappling prowess of Riddle from those MMA days in the UFC. Took part in the Ultimate Fighter 7. His Twitter page actually says he's the only man to get fired by the UFC while on a 4-fight win streak. I'll take his word for it. Sabre rolls him over for a quick cover. Not going to get anything there, but it just tells him, I'm here and I want to beat you. It's a psychological move, that. Riddle, as I said, a real phenomenon. Only in his second year as a pro, 30 years of age. He holds a slight advantage in both height and weight over Sabre, but of course the huge advantage Sabre has is that he is a 12-year pro, started as a teenager, whereas Riddle, as I said, is in his second year, so huge advantage there. But Riddle has transitioned from MMA to pro wrestling effortlessly, and actually now he's going for an armbar on Sabre. That is the thing with Zack Sabre Jr. He has so many variations of arm submissions, and he can lock them in from the most peculiar and precarious places. You've got to be permanently on your guard. It only takes 1 second to be off guard for him to clamp that on. Before you know it, you're tapping or you break your arm. This should be a mat wrestling masterclass from these two. Sabre, as I said, schooled in hammerlock wrestling, run by the late great Andre Baker, where shoot wrestling and mat work and the traditional British style was emphasised above all else. And it is quite literally a feeling out process here. As I said, they only wrestled each other once. It's just seeing what the other man's got, what defences he's got, what counters he's got. Riddle, a barefoot wrestler. Don't get many of them. Oh, look at this. Goes for an arm. Goes for a cross arm breaker, but Sabre, the master of those moves, knows exactly to get to the ropes. I'm going to say Riddle, a barefoot wrestler, much in the style of British wrestling legends of yesteryear like Kung Fu and Pat Patton, and of course Kevin Von Erich in the United States. Takedown attempt from Riddle, sprawl from Sabre, and Sabre now trying for that armbar, cross arm breaker, I beg your pardon, but Riddle knows to roll through. This is the thing, Sabre is surely going to have real trouble as he puts on a Fujiwara armbar. But again, Riddle rolls through, and look at this, into gut wrench suplex, holds on. I was going to say, surely Matt Riddle, a man of his skills, look at him just holding Sabre like he's nothing. A man of Matt Riddle's skills, surely is going to be difficult to put that armbar or anything like that on. And maybe it'll be the kicks that Sabre can use for a victory here. But right now, Matt Riddle is in total and utter control, and finally lets go after 4 suplexes. And my goodness, look at Zack Sabre Jr.'s face. He knows he's in for a fight right here. There are no titles on the line here. It's just pride. But my word, what huge amounts of professional and patriotic pride these two have. Their professional records, their national countries they're representing. Series of strikes in the corner by Riddle, and referee Steve Linsky telling him to get up, leave, let Sabre get back to his feet and to break. Double running knees. And an exploder suplex, and you know something, I am quite frankly shocked at how dominant Matt Riddle has been with a running senton. The running senton, the first, well, I would label a pro wrestling move, not one that you would see in martial arts at all, that for obvious reason during close contact usually. And oh, here we go with some kicks. This is kind of like Zack Sabre Jr. is wrestling a younger version of himself. Oh, listen to these kicks rain in. Sabre just standing there telling him, come on. And every time he pops up, Riddle puts him down again. Oh, Sabre now. Sabre looking for that armbar, that Kimura. Look at this now. He's transitioning between what looked like a Kimura and a gym break special. And now forcing Riddle to support his entire weight. But Riddle counters into a Fisherman Buster, my word! And with that, the momentum changes again. Just a 2 count. We're only 7 minutes into this match, but already this has been hard hitting. Oh my word, look at these. Reminiscent of when Akira Maeda is in this country as Quick Kick Lee in the 80s, but oh, and Sabre puts the knees up right in the small of the back of Matt Riddle. Is that going to be a turning point? Big kick, the penalty kick to the chest. And a running forearm uppercut. Known as a European uppercut elsewhere, but obviously we're here in Europe. We invented the move. We call it the forearm uppercut. Oh, this is going to be I thought he's going for a curb stomp, but no. Sabre, oh my goodness, look at this. Look at how he contorts the arms, the wrists, the fingers even. Oh, snapping at those fingers. We saw Sabre do this. Oh, and kicks down on the arm, and that'll just hyperextend the elbow joint. We saw this strategy when Sabre competed in the WWE Cruiserweight Classic earlier this year, reached the semi-finals with offense like this. And you get the feeling that Sabre has now got the measure of his foe and is in control. And look at this now. Sitting into the armbar. How on earth is Matt Riddle supposed to escape from that? Oh! Twisting on the arm. He never saw anything like this in the UFC. And all of this, of course, weakens that left arm. The kick to the arm and the shoulder as well. All of this is weakening that arm, specifically for that cross arm breaker or the multiple variations of those moves that Sabre has. And Riddle back to his feet with a chop, but he's pretty much operating on one arm. Look at this. Till he gets some feeling back. Big kick. Oh, he caught that kick. And Sabre caught the Pele kick attempt of Riddle, now into an ankle lock. Riddle rolls through into an ankle lock of his own. My word, look at this. What great counters. Sabre brings the arms towards his legs, Johnny Saint style there, and locks in the headlock. But Sabre gets dropped on his head. Riddle hits a back suplex. This crowd chant, "This is wrestling," and my goodness, they're not wrong. What a match we are seeing already, 10 minutes in. Ten minutes in, and this has been a back and forth match. the tide flowing one way then the other. You are watching IPW UK here on Flow Slam. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be in the world. Twisted Genius Dean is here on commentary. And talk about even Stevens. Now we got a double leg lock. Are they both going for Achilles tendon holds, I think? Yes, they are. But we've got stereo Achilles tendon holds. Sabre switches the legs. Now Riddle does. It's kind of like it's kind of like you switch up the heat. I'll switch up the heat this end as well. Anything you can do, I can do better. And Riddle now lighting up the chest of Sabre Jr. with those open-handed slaps. This is just brutal. This is basic human combat. Both men trying to get back to their feet and using the ropes for support, and I don't blame them. Riddle goes for a takedown. Sabre escapes and he's now got an octopus hold. Riddle eases the pressure by dropping to one knee, but now Sabre locks in, clamps onto the wrist. My word, look at this. Head scissors takeover. Is he going for a triangle choke maybe? The shoulders are down for just a 1 count. Sabre going for the triangle, but he's been picked up by Riddle and deposited on the canvas with a power bomb. Riddle now going for another. Just like that, Sabre taps to the Bromission. My word, that came out of the blue. And can you believe it? Matt Riddle is now 2-0 against Zack Sabre Jr. Referee Steve Linsky quickly undoing the wrist tape around Sabre's wrist. I get a feeling something may have just snapped, maybe something just popped. That's why he submitted so quickly. He felt something go, but my goodness, what a match we just saw. Tremendous victory for Matt Riddle. Sabre does not look happy with himself. To lose in his home country, in his home county. What an impressive debut performance from Matt Riddle.
And me, the moment of the jury.
We are back and we are live here at Clapham calling. Thank you so much for continuing to join us on the IWN. It's time, Dean. It's time things get a little bit extreme, shall we say.
Oh my goodness me. Jimmy Havoc and Jimmy Jacobs. You know, Jimmy Havoc has been on a tear recently, taking on some of the most dangerous wrestlers in the world, from Sabu to Abyss. And even before he started this, when he started this man was a creative guy for the WWE, and he said, screw that, I'm going back to the independent freedom. And so, Jimmy Jacobs, the zombie princess, who already holds a victory over Jimmy Havoc, I hasten to add, at CZW's Cage of Death. put out a challenge. It's Havoc v Jacobs. It's not for the faint-hearted, and it's right now. Let's go to Chris Hatch.
The following contest is a singles match set for 1 fall. 1 fall. And is a no disqualification match.
That kind of goes without saying.
Yeah.
Introducing first.
A no disqualification match involving Jimmy Havoc.
Who'd have thunk it?
Well, I wonder. Shocked. So for the second time during this broadcast, we're about to be graced by the King of the Goths.
Yeah, but this is a scheduled appearance. This is a scheduled appearance. Last time he just turned up.
Just down the road in Camden to Clapham. He won't have travelled far, but my goodness me, it's far enough. The second longest reigning IPW World Champion in history. 770 days, Jimmy Havoc ruled IPW with quite literally an iron fist. But he's now on the hunt for challenges, and a huge one is about to come his way.
Well, this last year right here in Clapham, he faced off with none other than Tommy Dreamer, so Havoc doesn't back down from any challenge.
Time we've seen Jimmy Jacobs in IPW for almost 10 years, Dave.
Absolutely. I remember I was the ring announcer for that show, and he and the Zebra Kid had an absolute war in Broxbourne. A lot of water's flowed under a lot of bridges since then. Jimmy Jacobs has reinvented himself as the zombie princess in a way that only Jimmy Jacobs could.
And that's a hell of a bathrobe he's sporting, I must say.
Jimmy Havoc looks very unimpressed.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Jimmy squared here in Clapham. I don't know who you want to put your money on in this match, but
Jimmy.
Your Christian name in the win column is a Jimmy.
And that's probably the first time you'll ever hear the Jimmy Havoc and Christian mentioned in the same sentence. There is tension in the air. There is a sense of expectation and foreboding. I don't think these two men are going to look like this by the end of the match.
Just to remind you, in case you missed that massive headline, this is a no DQ match. So set your phasers to stun.
And I've just seen a member of our staff, Chris Appleton, at ringside. Chris is our resident first aider. I'm not saying that they're going in with a sense of expectation with our first aiders at ringside.
We've practically got him a chair.
Yeah. So as you said, Ricky, Jimmy Havoc, the hometown boy.
Sorry, Dean.
Okay, we weren't expecting that.
What start does it mean to go on? Double-footed foot scrape by the king of the Goths himself. Going for the Rainmaker. Was he going for the Rainmaker, Dean? Yes, he is going for the Rainmaker early.
Oh! Well, Jimmy Havoc doesn't get paid by the hour, he gets paid by the victory. Havoc has been trotting the globe of late. Oh, what's
Is that...
that looks like a rather large...
Is it a pen? Is it a knife? What is that?
I don't think it's
some sort of spike?
I was going to say it's a spike of some sort.
And there's a spike from Jimmy Havoc for that DVD.
And
Oh!
baking tray across the head, and it seems apparent that Jimmy Jacobs has done his preparation, not in necessarily scouting his opponent, but in putting some plunder, as Dusty Rhodes would call it, underneath the ring. And they're right by us.
I don't know where they are, Eddie.
They're right beside us, and this does not look good. I think they've gone.
The commentary table has just defecated itself. Jimmy Havoc is...
That's for kissing me.
He's going to town. Those... Look at the bends. Look at the bends on those trays. Look at that.
Worse than the deep sea diver.
Look at those bends. It's human skulls and human anatomies that have caused it.
Oh! Is that on? That's a baking tray with drawing pins stuck to them, some of which have come off.
Oh, right on the head, Dean! Oh, stuck on his head on the way down.
Oh man! Now I don't think Jimmy Jacobs did a very good job of sticking them to the baking tray, because some of them have landed on Jimmy Havoc's head.
Yes, how clumsy.
And his back. And Jimmy Havoc has unsurprisingly gone down to the floor and is being dragged to his feet by the zombie princess. And I believe...
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Yep, funnily enough, those drawing pins have pierced the skin of Havoc.
Whoa.
And we apologise if you heard that rather... intense language.
I tell you what, that shot from that right hand from Jimmy Havoc was almost as lethal as one of those trays. What a wallop!
Oh! We apologise for that language, but if you've ever had a drawing pin stuck in your head, you'd probably say the same thing.
We would say don't try this at home. I mean, they are really just designed for message boards.
And Jimmy Havoc is many things, but he's not a message board. And this one's turned intense early, unsurprisingly. Oh, and Havoc chops the post. Havoc chops the post as the blood runs down his face.
Uh-oh. The reigning...
Oh, we've seen this before.
The reigning ZZ...
Oh, he's got one of Jacob's own 8x10s. And he was trying to do that paper cut that he likes to do. And hey, Jimmy, there's lemons behind the bar as well. And we have got ourselves a table in place.
As you mentioned earlier on, Dean, there's currently quite a lot of snow in England, which means a lot of people are moving quite slow. Two people in England who are not moving slowly, and Jimmy Havoc and Jimmy Jacobs.
And I think he just stapled the nether regions
Oh, he's already had a pin in there.
Well, you know, we're back to the message boards, aren't we? When you run out of drawing pins, you go to the staples. And this one's turned ugly, but to be fair, did we ever expect anything less?
This place, by the time this match is finished, is going to resemble an office because we've got tables, we've got pins, we've got staples.
I don't know where the hell you work, Slatter, but if someone put a stapler in my knackers, I'd be calling HR.
Oh my God, DVT through the table. Jimmy Havoc drilled Jimmy Jacobs. No!
Just the 2 count. You can see the drawing pins in the soles of Jimmy Jacobs' boots.
I tell you, he's been in an odd place since losing the IPW title, but Jimmy Havoc, you can say this for certain, has not lost a beat, has he? Goodness me, what's he looking for
He's
now?
lost a few more of his marbles, but he hasn't lost a beat, you're right. In come the steel chairs.
And the office chairs. Uh-oh.
Oh! Hoist by his own petard, that chair bounces back into his face. In comes Jacobs now, reining in those right hands.
But it's just pouring off the skull of Jimmy Havoc.
And every single punch aiming at opening that cut up that little bit more.
And that's impairing his vision here. Surely, Dean.
Oh! Indeed, that was going to be the very next thing I said. That you hit it nail on the head, Ricky. You know, the blood pouring down, you can see it's pouring down Jimmy Havoc's eyes. Much like a boxer or UFC fighter. Unlike a boxer, you wouldn't see Anthony Joshua doing this. Oh! Oh!
Just to make sure we don't have any Twitter issues.
Oh,
Anybody ask us any questions? This is a no DQ match.
He's broken the stapler.
This actually looks like a day at work now.
Now, while Jimmy Jacobs is trying to fix the stapler, this gives time for Jimmy Havoc to recover. And let's face it, he needs that time.
You better hurry up with recovery, Dean, because I think the stapler has. Yes, it has. The stapler has been fixed.
And Jimmy Jacobs adds another string to his bow, and I believe he's going to gift Jimmy Havoc a free Jimmy Jacobs Zombie Princess 8x10.
Memo to Jimmy Havoc, your letter is in the mail.
Jacobs, come on. Oh, jeez.
The tension is incredibly palpable here in Clapham. It's Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy.
Oh, man. No, he's gonna
do Hope's paper cut.
Oh, he did. Once again, hoist by his own petard as Jimmy Havoc gets a taste of his own medicine. Oh, man. The chair is back.
What is going through the mind of the former 5-time Ring of Honor world champion, or tag team champion, I should say?
Oh, he's grabbed his tongue. No! Oh, paper cut to the tongue.
I can live to be 1,000, Dean, and still not want to know what that feels like.
It's like he's been caught lying in Saudi Arabia. I can say that, I'm half Arabic, I'm allowed. And the Arabi and the Lebanese, don't worry. And the tables have now turned.
Thank you for joining us, wherever you are in the world.
Marhaba Saudi Arabia, kifek.
Of course,
What's he got now?
It's currently in Clapham, and Jimmy Havoc is literally going into a bag of tricks. Oh, hundreds and hundreds of pins. Not designed for human flesh, not designed for bones or muscles, but Jimmy Havoc has nefarious intentions.
Oh man, he's not going to try and brainbuster him, is he?
Oh!
Oh!
That is the most uncomfortable looking interview I have ever seen in my life. Would you like the job, Mr. Havoc?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
The blood continuing to pour in Jimmy Havoc's eye. Oh! I'm surprised Jimmy can stand.
He has displaced them from his back.
He's put him in his mouth! No! No!
Oh,
Come on!
man!
All those pins stabbing the cheek, the tongue, the teeth, the gums of Jimmy Jacobs. And he's calling for the Rainmaker.
Oh, the spike!
Right to the eye! Right to the eye of Havoc!
No! Oh man, this is intense. MC Chris Hatch next to us, I think he just threw up in his mouth. His own mouth, I hasten to add.
It's getting to that point where you've got to wonder exactly what are they going to do next. This is like a creative workshop on how to be a really, really evil person.
In an office.
In an office. A really evil office workers. Bash.
HR having a field day right now. Oh, no, we're back to the stapler.
No, it's not stapler.
It's a pizza cutter.
Oh, my goodness me.
Oh, it's a pizza cutter.
Where on earth did they find a pizza cutter? Who had that lying around?
Jimmy Havoc is not a pizza. Now what?
What's he got now?
More drawing pins.
Thousands! I swear, Dean, thousands upon thousands of them!
Some poor sod's got to clear this up. Referee Tom Scarborough is treading very carefully.
He'd normally like hundreds of thousands on your
Oh, man. This is going to end badly.
Wait a minute!
Hang on a minute.
Mark Haskins!
He's returning the favour.
No!
And Jacobs is going to go
through. Oh, my God!
No!
Oh, my goodness me! Double foot stomp!
Oh, my God. The drawing pins are sticking in Jacobs' flesh. Acid Rainmaker
and
at the same combo.
Lethal from Jimmy Havoc.
Oh my God!
Here is your winner, Jimmy Havoc.
It was a no disqualification contest, and the rules certainly benefited Jimmy Havoc because he had the ace up his sleeve the entire time. Mark Haskins, as you say, Dean, returns the favour here in Clapham.
Jacobs beat Havoc in the USA. Havoc beats Jacobs in the UK. They're 1 for 1. My God, is there going to be a third match between these two?
What can you say about that one, Dean? What could you possibly say about that absolute carnage?
That was a war. That was an absolute war.
He wanted to challenge Jimmy Havoc, and he got one.
Well, yeah.
He got one.
Oh my God. You're going to have to bear with us, folks, because understandably we got a bit of a ring clear up to do because this ring is covered in more drawing pins than I can count and baking trays and probably some blood as well. So while all that's going on...
It's a stationary warehouse.
It is a stationary warehouse. While that's going on, let's just tell you about some upcoming shows, live shows at IPW, all of which, if you can't make it live, you can watch right here on the International Wrestling Network, iwnlive.net. So our next show, we're talking about April the 11th in Milton Keynes.
Yes, we're going to see the return of Zack Sabre Jr. to IPW. and that is going to be an intense thing. But another thing that was announced earlier, we can reveal that Shah Samuels is going to get his rematch at the All England Championship against Mark Haskins.
Well, it's not a rematch. They never had the first match. He's going to get a shot. Justice may or may not be served.
It's a do-over.
Next, we have April the 27th. We make a little bit of history in the beautiful Westgate Hall in Canterbury because we have GRL. It is the first ever all-women's show for IPW, which will be headlined by the IPW UK Women's Champion, Zaya Brookside. She's currently out in Japan wrestling for the Stardom promotion, where she has successfully defended that very belt, and she'll be defending against
Kaylee Ray, Scottish sensation herself.
What a match that will be.
And finally, we're going on the 29th of April. It's going to be in Rochester, our next big show there. It's going to be the International Battle Royal. And among other people, we're going to have Tennille Dashwood, formerly known as Emma from WWE, and Matt Riddle, the first entrant announced for the International Battle Royal, 29th of April.
Plus, we've had 2 more people just announced today. This one warms the cockles of my heart because he's a former managerial charger of mine. The former IPW World Champion from Germany, Bad Bones, is coming back to IPW. And talking of World Champions, we've had the former world champion. How about the current world champion? Old Austin Four Belts himself, Austin Aries, will be live at Rochester on the 29th of April. Plus, as you say, Ricky, our 30-man battle royal. All of that is coming up in the very near future. Lots and lots of action here in IPW UK. We're nearly done. They're still picking up bits of drawing pins. It's a health and safety nightmare. But our next match, well, we were supposed to have the Collective v Cara Noir and a mystery partner, but it would appear that wherever Cara Noir comes from, he couldn't make it here.
Yeah.
I guess there's snow in
parts unknown.
In parts unknown. We never see it on the weather forecast, but there has been snow. So Cara Noir's not here. What that means for the Collective, we don't really know.
And they were supposed to defend the tag team titles.
They were supposed to, yes. So things are a little bit up in the air. But also we have got our main event coming up still, celebrating 25 years in the wrestling business. Doug Williams takes on his greatest international nemesis in the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels. What a main event that is going to be. What a way to start this, our first visit to Clapham, 2018. It really is going to be the year that IPW regains its crown. I'm telling you that, Ricky.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hold on.
Well, I presume that the ring is clear here in Clapham, because that is the music of your current tag team champions. Well, this is going to be interesting, Dean. They've got no one to face.
Well, the weather has played havoc with our lineup tonight. So does this mean that we have no opponents? Are they just here for a chinwag with the crowd?
I mean, one would presume, without knowing too much further, Dean, that they're going to presumably just announce the winners of the contest. If Cara Noir's not here to face them, they have no opponents. A bit like what we saw with Mark Haskins earlier on in the broadcast.
You look lively, ain't you? For any of you cretins that don't know who we are, this...
He asked for that.
Yeah, cute. This beautiful creature here, this handsome fella, this is Lewis Howley. Legit model, actual published model. So, show some respect, yeah? bastard right here, this is Sammy Smooth. I mean, he's not a model, but he's still fucking beautiful, isn't he?
Hi guys. You all look shit.
As Dean pointed out, turns out the Birdman couldn't fly. So Cara Noir ain't going to be here tonight. Now, I can't fathom for 1 minute why they were going to give him a tag team title shot anyway. He ain't got no tag team partner, has he? So we've decided to take it upon ourselves. We're going to have a night off. We're just going to chill out. We're going to sit back and we're going to have a night off.
Fair enough.
Not for the first time here at Clapham Calling as that music hit, Dean. And that can only mean one thing. The champions are about to be greeted by the #1 contenders.
The Filthy Club, Jack Sexsmith and Filthy Rob Sharp.
All right, that's enough of that crap. Turn it off.
It's been turned off.
Yeah. Come on, give him a round of applause. Yeah. When you're done.
The Filthy Club look like they're squaring up for a fight here, Dean. Still in their wrestling gear.
I don't know what you lads are here for, and to be fair, it don't look like you're here to wrestle, does it? But like, it don't matter, because as you've just heard me say, there ain't going to be no tag team title match today. Alright? Cara Noir, that turkey can fly, so we're taking the night off. We told you, we're taking the night off. Alright, we've decided.
Champions prerogative, they've defended within the last 90 days.
We just won a #1 contenders match, mate. So I think we'll cash in that shot right now.
Can they do that, Dean?
I don't know what's wrong with your hearing. It might be clogged up with something. I don't know what. But the fact of the matter is, you ain't getting a title shot. I've just told you, we're taking the night off. You ain't getting a title shot. So you might as well pack up your toys or whatever else you've got with you.
Actually, John S., you can take the night off, but I'm feeling awfully proud. I'm feeling we'll have a little scrap. Let's have a little tear up, boys. Who wants to see it, brother?
Well, this falls right into the collective's advantage. They're fresh, and the Filthy Club have wrestled already, and Rob Sharp's ribs are screwed up. So, to me, the advantage is well and truly in the collective's court. This is not a good move for the Filthy Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now sanctioned. The Collective versus the Filthy Club for the Tag Team Championship.
I have to agree with you, Dean. I think the Filthy Club are fighting a bit of an uphill battle here. They've already gone through that war earlier on to actually get to being able to get the Anti-Fun Police. But here we go.
They should have just, got back to the dressing room, got changed, gone home. Because, yes, they've got the element of surprise in their advantage, but they wrestled a tough match against the Anti-Fun Police. If they'd won in a minute, I could understand, but they had a tough back and forth match. Sharp's ribs got attacked.
We're saying about the element of surprise, though, but to be fair, the Collective did at least know they were going to have a match. So they've at least prepared in some way for Cara Noir. But I think the key thing there is obviously they didn't know Cara Noir actually had a partner. Go for the pill neck breaker.
There is a lot of difference stylistically between Jack Sexsmith and Rob Sharp and Cara Noir and whoever he was going to have as his partner.
Oh, absolutely. I would take nothing away from the idea that it's a different type of preparation, but the collective at least had some inkling they were going to have a fight here. Whereas the Filthy Club surely did not anticipate they were going to have 2 matches this evening.
No, they did not. TK Cooper didn't anticipate having a match. But you know what? The weather's played havoc with things, and IPW, to their absolute credit, have put a show on that is just as top quality as we were expecting. And we have got ourselves a tag match. And there you look, that knee to the ribs. And look at Sharp's face. And that is exactly why they have not thought this through. And they should not have done this stunt. That's what it is. It's a stunt. Try to pander to these fans. Like I said, you get paid the same if they like you or they boo you. You get paid more if you're champion.
And you don't admire the courage to know that you're hurt, to know that you've gone through that war, and to think, no, we're going to take the opportunity. You know, Carpe Diem, seize the day. They're seizing the day. You have to admire that spirit to think, no, we're going to go for it.
There are better days to seize than today if you're the Filthy Club.
Maybe the Filthy Club just feel lucky. The Anti-Fun Police have been trying to get rid of, the Anti-Fun Police trying to get rid of the Filthy Club for months and months and months, and they finally got the job done, the Filthy Club. They finally put the Anti-Fun Police behind them, and maybe they're thinking, do you know what, we feel lucky now. We're on a high, we've had a big win. We've survived with Rob's bad ribs. Maybe we can go on and take the titles.
Yeah, we've had a big win. Let's go out, let's celebrate, let's prepare ourselves for a title match. You know, we've got the Super Show at Rochester coming up on the 29th of April. They could have challenged for that one. They've got 6 weeks preparation time. But no, they've given themselves, an hour's preparation time? Having already fought a match? And the trouble is, when the collective win, and I use that word advisedly, when the collective win, because they're going to. Great move there from James Castle, taking Jack Sexsmith out of play. When the collective win, that means Filthy Club are going to have to earn another title shot.
I would agree. It's smart on the part of the collective to actually accept the contest. I think maybe Sammy Smooth have pulled off a coup there, because that could be a great situation for them. But I think the Filthy Club, I think they've just decided they've had enough of waiting around. They've been trying to fight to even stay in IPW the last few events that we've had. Why not go for the titles? It's an opportunity. We're all about opportunities here in IPW. That's what the new IPW is all about, and they have an opportunity. There were no opponents for the collective, and they're thinking, let's go for it. And here they are. They're in an IPW World Tag Team title match. Anything can happen.
Look, yeah, I see what you're saying, that if they win, it will be the cherry on the icing of their rainbow cake. Yeah. But you know something? Sometimes dreams don't come true. This is the harsh reality of the situation. They have wrestled a match already, and there's 3 members of the opposition, as Mr. Castle has already shown.
Tom's and there you see the back of his head.
There you see the numerical advantage. So let's just see. They've got the numerical advantage. They've got the freshness advantage. And you're still clinging to this pipe dream slatter that the collective are somehow going to lose their belt to the Filthy Club. And we're all going to have some lovely glittery celebration tonight. But I'm sorry, it's not going to happen, because look at the state of Rob Sharp, slumped in the corner, as far away from his partner as it can be. And the harsh reality of the situation is now dawning on Rob Sharp.
In all fairness, Dean, I never said at any point that the collective were going to lose their titles here. All I was saying is you have to admire the courage of the Filthy Club to go for the opportunity they have here. That's what I'm saying. You know, yeah, the collective are great and everything, and then they're going to go for their moment here to get rid of the Filthy Club from the tag team rankings, as it were. But the Filthy Club are trying their hardest. And that's what happens when you try hard. And Rob Sharp needs to make the tag, and he needs to make it now.
I don't disagree with you. I admire the courage of the Filthy Club, but I shake my head at the rash stupidity of the Filthy Club.
But right now, Jack Sexsmith is slapping 10 shades out of the tag team champions.
double sliced bread by Sexsmith.
I'm telling you now, Dean, it's on here at the moment. The Filthy Club on the ascendancy here in Clapham. They've got a chance here.
Oh, man! That just took out Rob Sharp big time. Oh, beautiful. Rob Sharp down for the count, and Jack Sexsmith left all on his own at the mercy of the tag team champions.
It's been a very game effort from the Filthy Club.
Hatch, get ready to announce still the IPW tag team champions.
No, wait, hold the phone. Hold the phone, disconnect the call, because Rob Sharp had just enough energy to save Sexsmith on that occasion.
Oh,
so
man!
they became #1 contenders, Dean.
Smooth
They
down.
got him in! No! And James Castle just laid out Tom Scarborough! Come on, are you kidding me?
He laid out Scarborough.
Reprehensible from the third man, the free bird in the equation. Sexsmith is prone. Title belt off the skull. The collective have been screwing people out of tag team title reigns. Left, right and centre, sorry, single title reigns, left, right and centre. And they're trying to screw the Filthy Club here in Clapham.
Yeah, but we got no ref, he just punched him in the face. Here comes Linsky.
No, Jack Sexsmith! Steve Linsky got her as fast as he could, but it wasn't enough. How is Sexsmith conscious, let alone still in this contest? I will never know.
Look at Castle
Wait a
running
minute!
in. Hang on a minute.
David, it's Sid Scala!
Where the hell did Scala come from? What's he doing here?
Nobody wants to get their hands on the collective more than the savvy one.
Oh, immediately, Lewis Howley is distracted. Turn around, Lewis.
Roll up, roll up, roll up! They got him! They got him! I don't believe it!
Here are your winners and new IPW Tag Team Champions, Jack Sexsmith, Rob Sharp, the Filthy Club!
The collective were the longest reigning champions here in IPW. No one had held their belts at the time for longer. But the domination is over. And the party, Dean, I'm telling you, it's going to be a wild night here in Clapham.
It took Sid Scala interfering, though, to make it happen and even those numbers up.
It was an equalising of the odds. James Castle had cost the Filthy Club this match already on one occasion, and they are rightfully the champions here in IPW. We have new IPW Tag Team Champions, Dean Ash, and it is the Filthy Club.
Unbelievable. Literally unbelievable. I didn't think it would happen. And I hold my hands up once in a while, even I'm wrong. And our new tag team champions are the Filthy Club, Rob Sharp and Jack Sexsmith. But right now, we move on to a main event, a match I have been looking forward to so much since it was announced, as our new tabs go with their bottle of champagne in hand. Doug Williams, easily the greatest ambassador of British wrestling in the modern age. He started his wrestling career in 1993, 25 years ago, and in that time, he's gone all around the world. Doug Williams has won titles in the United Kingdom, in the United States, and in Japan. He holds singles victories over Eddie Guerrero, AJ Styles. And across the ring from him will be a man who also started his career in 1993, the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. A man who's also gone all around the world. A man who also has won titles in the United Kingdom, the United States, and Japan. This is like looking in a mirror, a transatlantic mirror, because if there's one man that Doug Williams has had the fiercest rivalry with all around the world, it's Christopher Daniels. And to celebrate both men's 25 years in the wrestling business tonight, IPW presents to you a classic main event. And I say a classic main event because I know I've got complete faith that this is going to be a match for the ages. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
People of Clapham, are you ready? It's main event time. Let's go to Chris Hatch.
The following contest is your main event of the evening. It is an international singles match set for one fall. Introducing first.
I should have also said Christopher Daniels holds a victory, well, holds several victories over AJ Styles as well as Samoa Joe.
From Great Britain, he is one of British wrestling's finest ever ambassadors, Doug Williams!
Huge amount of respect being shown by the faithful here in Clapham, and quite rightfully so, one of the greatest ambassadors of British wrestling that I think we've ever had, as you said, Dean, certainly in the modern age, Doug Williams.
And introducing his opponent. From the City of Angels, he is the first ever Ring of Honor Grand Slam champion and the leader of the current Ring of Honor six-man tag team champions, So talent censored, Christopher Daniels!
One of the finest wrestlers of this or any generation. A good personal friend of mine too, the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. Back in October 2002, these two were involved in a three-way match also involving Jody Fleisch, not far from here in Walthamstow in East London. Daniels shocked the world by winning the FWA British Heavyweight Championship, the first American ever to do so. The man he lost that belt to in the United States, Doug Williams. The first ever Ring of Honor World Champion was crowned in a four-way match. Two of those people in the four-way match, Doug Williams and Christopher Daniels. Doug Williams, a Pro Wrestling Noah World Tag Team Champion in Japan. Christopher Daniels, an IWGP World Junior Heavyweight Champion in Japan. These men are mirror images of one another in the world of wrestling.
And one thing that you alluded to earlier on in this broadcast, I'd quite like to bring it up at this point. 25 years of Christopher Daniels, 25 years of Doug Williams, 25 years of Steve Linsky,
Indeed.
the refereeing, and 25 years of your good self.
Indeed.
As well in British wrestling and world wrestling.
Doug Williams and I, my first show was Doug Williams' first show. November the 13th, 1993 was the date. But Doug Williams gets all the attention, of course, because, you know, he's gone to Japan and wrestled and won titles and lost to a volcano and stuff. Which is why I make no secret that I'm rooting for Christopher Daniels, as I said, a good personal friend of mine, a former managerial charge of mine against Doug Williams, I hasten to add, in the FWA. And you've got to wonder what it's going to take to win, because both of these men know each other so well. It's going to take either a mistake, something very fast, or something brand new to win the match, I think. We'll see.
If you're going to talk about the attributes of both men, I think you probably give the speed at this stage probably to Daniels. Like speed to Daniels, maybe power to Doug.
Yeah, I mean, Doug has about a 15, 20 pound weight advantage over Christopher Daniels. Daniels 1 year older than Doug Williams, but pretty much identical.
What do you think it would mean to either man to win this contest? You've mentioned that shared history. You mentioned how far they go back. Not just how long their careers have been, but how much interaction they've had with each other. What does it mean to be the one who wins this contest between the two?
Well, you know something, this could, I don't want to speculate, but this could easily be the last time that these two face each other. You know, they have had stellar careers, but Doug Williams makes no secret of the fact that, you know, naturally he is winding things down, as you would expect. So, you know, to be able to say that you won that last match, you just put the point on the exclamation mark of that rivalry. Because no one can take away the fact that you won the last battle.
It's a hell of a thing to walk into retirement with, isn't it? That feeling. That feeling that you were the victor in the end. That it was an intense role, but you got the final say, you got the final word.
But you know, both of these men, they've won titles all around the world, as I said, in America, in Japan, in the United Kingdom. But neither man has ever won a title here in IPW. And then someone like Doug Williams, that is a kind of an incredible fact. It's like this gaping hole in his history. You know, this company, IPW, has been going for 13, 14 years. Doug Williams has been going to 25 years. But he's never won a title here. Now, admittedly, a lot of his time was abroad, but I know Doug Williams very well, and I know for a fact he would love nothing more than to win the IPW World title, especially off a guy like Austin Aries. I know Christopher Daniels knows Austin Aries very well and thinks he's had his number as well. So, you know, both of these men can point to whatever happens here. Whoever wins this, they can knock on Billy Wood's door on Monday morning, or probably drop him an email. Let's face it, we're in the modern age. I'd have done that back in '93, and say, I want a world title shot, and who's going to argue with them? So there is so much at stake, both for the past and for the future. But whatever happens in this match, Doug Williams is the only man who's ever lost his title to a volcano. Joint manipulation there, look at that, bending those fingers back.
Unsurprisingly, technically proficient Doug Williams, known the world over for exactly how precise he is. Knows how to work every joint.
Well, you know, this past week, the noted Wrestling Observer End of Year Awards came out, and for the third year running, Zack Sabre Jr. was voted the best technical wrestler in the world. But before there was a Zack Sabre Jr., coming out of the same training school, Hammerlock School of Wrestling, run by the late great Andre Baker, there was Doug Williams. He set the standard. He cleared the path for British wrestling and British wrestlers to go all around the world.
Zack Sabre Jr. just mentioned, of course, he will be in Milton Keynes on the 11th of April. So there's a little plug there for Milton Keynes. Tickets are available. IPW.bigcartel.com.
You had to think about that one.
I did have to think about that one. Thank you for joining us on the IWN. We are live. This is Clapham, this is London, this is Clapham calling, and you're witnessing a match. 25 years in the business, in the making. It's Doug Williams, the ambassador, against the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
50 years experience between the wrestlers, and another 25 with the referee, and another 25 with the commentator. You're just spoiling the symmetry, Slatter. And an unusual move from Doug Williams, just springboarding off the ropes. And it goes back to what I was saying, that to win the match, you're probably going to have to do something a little bit unexpected. And let's face it, we wouldn't expect that from Doug Williams.
Absolutely not. We're used to seeing him go to the top rope, but we're not used to seeing vault off them.
No.
That is a very unusual offense.
Doug Williams likes to use those knees. Now, if Christopher Daniels thinks about it, he will be able to, he would target those knees to stop some of those moves from Doug Williams. And Christopher Daniels sneaking round past us. Williams ribs first into the frame of the ring there.
He wasn't successful with that springboard, Dean, but do you think that's going to send a message to Daniels here, knowing that Doug Williams is willing to pull out that sort of stop?
Absolutely.
To bring that new offense. You think you know me so well, but how about this?
Yeah. I mean, let me tell you, when Doug Williams started in the early mid-90s, believe it or not, he was a high flyer. He had long hair. He would jump, do moonsaults off ladders and all that kind of thing. And then he got a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and he realized that actually the secret to a long career isn't jumping off ladders. It's technical wrestling, which is what he is famed for. So he knows how to fly, he just chooses not to. So Christopher Daniels will probably be aware of that. But notice how Daniels has been in charge of this match ever since that mistake from Williams.
So it might have got in their head, but the problem is it hasn't really served him much in the way of a favour. Because currently the ambassador is the man who's down on the canvas.
And Doug Williams' ribs are being targeted. And I was talking about the knees, but you know what? The ribs are a very good target as well. Doug Williams likes to use that chaos theory. Rolling German suplex. You need to bridge for a German suplex. If you can't catch your breath, if your ribs are injured, you can't bridge. You can't stretch your intercostal muscles out. Williams now firing back.
Once again, right to those ribs, as you said, Dean. If he can't catch a breath, he's going to find it hard to move. Not just the chaos theory, but almost any basic offense is going to be limited if he can't catch wind.
Oh, look at this. This is going to go straight onto those ribs. If Daniels goes for that best moonsault ever, that lands on the ribs as well. This man hasn't won all these belts by accident. He's a master strategist.
I mean, it's almost like we don't need to say what he's doing here, is it, Dean? Because he has a game plan. It is quite clear exactly what Christopher Daniels is trying to do here.
Definitely.
That abdominal stretch, using a rope for a bit of leverage there. I think Steve Linsky was in the vantage point to see it. Daniels trying to use every advantage, and in the end it gave Doug Williams an opportunity to throw him out of that stretch. Moonsault by Daniels.
And where does he land? Right on the ribs.
Well, I'm not sure what that. Hang on, no, I'm not sure what that's about, Dean. Come on now. Come on, they know each other that well. Did he really think he was going to get Doug Williams with a foot on the chest?
Of course not. It's a little bit of mind games, just establishing his dominance over Doug Williams. He knows he's not going to win like that. Everyone here knew that. That wasn't the point. The point is getting in Doug Williams' head and just saying, I am in charge. I've got your number here. Reverse bear hug now. And look at this, he's leaning all his weight onto Williams. He's catching a breath. This is, all due respect, but this is one of the most basic offensive moves in wrestling. And he is using it to his advantage. And that's how you get 25 years at the top of professional wrestling. Smart wrestling like this from a master tactician like Christopher Daniels.
But there is one thing you can always say about Doug Williams, and that is his resiliency. He is known as one of the most tenacious wrestlers this country has ever produced, and he's fought his way back out of it, Dean.
One of the most tenacious wrestlers the world has ever produced.
Absolutely a fair correction.
Oh, man! Belly-to-belly suplex. And Williams stays down because he had to stretch those muscles in round those ribs out.
And that was desperation.
Yes.
Quite clearly. And Doug Williams is using this time. He's not going on the offense because he can't right now. He's recuperating. He's trying to get some air into the lungs, trying to get the blood pumping a bit more.
But Daniels reverses. Flying forearm, and this is now vintage Doug Williams. Will he be going for some of the running knees? Here we go, there's the high knee. This is what we know from Doug Williams. Beautiful belly-to-belly suplex again.
Christopher Daniels is in trouble here because Doug Williams is really starting to build momentum. He's calling for that chaos sphere. He is signaling. And everybody here in the Clapham Grand knows what Christopher Daniels is going to have to try and avoid.
And Christopher Daniels knew what Christopher Daniels had to avoid and did it successfully because, as we said, these men know each other so well. Oh, man, look at that. Driving the foot down into the solar plexus.
How many ways in this contest has Christopher Daniels found to damage the ribs of Doug Williams? It's quite something. Over the Angel's wings.
And once again, Doug Williams has it countered.
Veteran instinct by both men reversing each other's pinfalls.
Man.
Wow.
And a double clothesline. And these two men have still got it. What a match.
You said it was a mirror image, and that's exactly what it looked like as well.
There
they
you
literally
go.
were following each other like the most perfect of dances.
Because they know each other so well. So well.
And you said whoever won this contest would go knocking on that door of a future World Championship opportunity. So the situation here is incredibly poised for something that will have huge ramifications for IPW this year.
Absolutely. You know, if you've got a victory over Doug Williams, or if you've got a victory over Christopher Daniels, what a feather in your cap that is. Williams is now going for that chaos theory.
Uppercut from the top, and Daniels is prone here.
He holds on though. And he's going for the Angel's wings. He hits it. He hits the Angel's wings.
He has it hooked. No!
And did you notice how Daniels hooked the leg nearest the ropes to stop Williams from getting to the ropes? Williams had to kick out physically. That takes even more effort.
And what is that going to do to the processes of Christopher Daniels knowing that he did hook that leg? Like you said, he had that awareness.
But pray silence, please, for the best moonsault ever.
Williams moved out of the way.
Oh.
Daniels is in trouble. He's in trouble, Dean. Chaos Theory. It's over.
Williams does it. Williams does it. Williams does it.
Here is your winner, Doug Williams!
I said to you, it would take a mistake or something new or something quick. And in the end, it was a mistake that missed best moonsault ever, cost Christopher Daniels the match. And Doug Williams is your winner. Can Doug Williams crown his career, cap his career off with the IPW world title around his waist?
All right. Doug. Hold on. Doug. Hold on. Doug. Oh my goodness, Doug. Oh boy. Oh my God. Wait. Hold on. Okay. Share there. Hold on, folks. We gotta catch our breath. Hold on. Oh my goodness. We have to go count us down, please. I don't want to double count at the end this night. Hold on. Okay, enough foolishness. Got some serious talk. I think if you're a wrestling fan, you know the name Christopher Daniels. You know the name Doug Williams. Am I right? There's a lot of similarities between Doug Williams and myself. We worked our ass off to get where we are today. We've been doing this for a long time. But there's one big difference between Christopher Daniels and Doug Williams. Do you want to know what it is? Okay, good, because I'm going to tell you anyway. See, Christopher Daniels, I was born in Michigan. I grew up in North Carolina. I was trained in Chicago. I live in Southern California. But nobody really knows that as my home. And that's cool. I mean, it's not like CM Punk is from Chicago, right? Bully Ray is New York City. But I don't really have a home like that, and that's fine with me. But Doug Williams, he doesn't have a city as a home. He doesn't have a state as a home. He has the entire country of England as his home.
Absolutely.
If you're within the boundaries of England and you look up professional wrestler, there's a picture of Douglas Williams right there. Possibly doing this pose. In 1999, I wrestled this man for the very first time, and since that time, he has been a standard of excellence in professional wrestling in this country, in the world. And whether your name is Johnny Storm or Jody Fleisch, if it's Will Ospreay or Marty Scurll, if it's Mark Haskins or Mark Andrews or Pete Dunne or Tyler Bate, every one of them owe a debt of gratitude because the path they walked today was forged by Doug Williams. Doug, it was an honor to step in the ring with you at the Crystal Palace in 1999 for UWA. It's a pleasure working with you in Ring of Honor, in TNA, in FWA, and tonight in IPW. And I tell you what, if you want to do this again next year, let me get my rematch back. I'm happy to do 26 years of Doug Williams. But one way or the other, I'm privileged, I'm proud to call this man not just my friend, but someone I look up to and someone I strive to be like. Ladies and gentlemen, Doug Williams.
Just to extend on what Chris says there, obviously I want to pay every debt of gratitude back to you through all our learning processes throughout our career. We complemented each other, and it's been chemistry every single time we step in the ring. And from what Chris said there, from a personal and selfish point of view, I look to build my career and go all over the world, not just stay in the United Kingdom. But the one reason, other than that, other than my career, was to represent and show the whole world how much quality still existed in the United Kingdom and British wrestling. And that is bearing fruit right now. In the current climate, this business has never been as good as it is right now. And not only the wrestlers is that the reason for, but it's for each and every one of you guys. I know you're as passionate as this business, as every single person out the back. And for that, I thank you. They thank you. Even Chris thanks you. How even each is a passing the door. Listen guys, it's 25 years, and I'm thinking, shall I call it a day, or shall I not? be told it's come close a few times. I haven't made up my mind yet. 2018 could be my last year.
25 years.
I'll be wrestling in my grave. But there's one thing I'd like to achieve before I quit, and that is to become the IPW heavyweight champion by the end of 2018.
I told you that grated at him. And there's the proof.
Okay.
He wants to fill that blank.
You can do it. You can do it.
Thanks very much. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is about all we've got time for. We will be back on the 11th of April in Milton Keynes. Shah Samuels against Mark Haskins plus Zack Sabre Jr. On behalf of my broadcast colleague Ricky Slatter, this is the Twisted Genius saying thank you for joining us. I'll see you ringside.